The usually warm and cheerful atmosphere of Today with Jenna and Friends took an unexpected turn when pop icon Kelly Clarkson stormed off the set after a heated exchange with co-host Jenna Bush Hager. What began as a lighthearted interview promoting Kelly's new album quickly turned into a tense on-air standoff that left viewers, and even the production crew, stunned. It all started on a crisp Tuesday morning in New York. Kelly arrived at Studio 1A in her usual upbeat mood, wearing a flowing floral dress and her trademark smile. The singer had been on a whirlwind press tour for her latest album, Rebirth, which explores themes of healing, empowerment, and self-discovery following her highly publicized divorce. Fans were excited to see the "Since You Been Gone" star open up about her journey. But the tone shifted just minutes into the interview. Jenna, known for her playful and inquisitive style, brought up Kelly's divorce from Brandon Blackstock, a topic the singer has spoken about publicly but usually on her own terms. "So, Kelly," Jenna began carefully, "you've said your new songs were inspired by the hardest chapter of your life. Do you ever regret being so open about your marriage ending?" Kelly paused, her smile faltering slightly. "No, I don't regret being honest," she replied, maintaining composure. "But it's not about regret, it's about growth. Music is how I process pain." Jenna nodded, but pressed further. "Still, do you ever think maybe being too open invites unnecessary drama? Some people feel like you've turned your personal pain into publicity." The audience gasped softly, sensing tension. Kelly's eyes narrowed. "Are you saying I'm exploiting my own heartbreak?" she asked, her voice steady but sharp. Jenna quickly tried to backtrack. No, I just mean." Kelly cut her off. "You know, women get asked that all the time. But when a man writes about heartbreak, it's called art. When I do it, it's oversharing. That double standard gets old." Applause erupted from parts of the audience, but the atmosphere was undeniably charged. Jenna looked momentarily flustered, glancing toward her co-hosts for help. Trying to steer the conversation back, co-host Hoda Kotb gently interjected, "Kelly, your new single, Phoenix Rising, has been such a hit. Can you tell us what that song means to you personally?" But Kelly, still visibly upset, wasn't ready to move on. "It's about standing up for yourself when people keep trying to define your story for you," she said, her gaze fixed on Jenna. "Even when they pretend it's just a question." The tension lingered in the air like static. The production team exchanged anxious glances off camera, unsure whether to cut to a commercial. Jenna, clearly uncomfortable but trying to recover, offered a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Kelly, you know we love you here. I think everyone just wants to understand you better. Then maybe start by listening," Kelly shot back quietly, her tone icy but calm. For a moment, no one spoke. Then Kelly abruptly stood up. "You know what, I think we're done here," she said, unclipping her mic. "I came here to talk about music, not to defend my emotions on national TV." She turned and walked off the set, leaving the audience gasping and the hosts frozen in disbelief. Cameras awkwardly panned away as producers scrambled to cut to an unscheduled commercial break. Behind the scenes, sources later revealed, Kelly was seen pacing backstage, visibly shaken. "I'm tired of being picked apart for being real," she reportedly told a staff member. "I've been through too much to sit there and be judged like that." Meanwhile, Jenna appeared distraught, confiding to colleagues that she hadn't meant to offend Kelly. "It was supposed to be a heartfelt conversation," she said. "I adore her. I think she just misunderstood my tone." When the show returned from commercial, Jenna addressed the audience directly. "We had a passionate moment with Kelly Clarkson," she said carefully. "Sometimes, emotions run high when we talk about things that matter. We wish her nothing but love." The clip of Kelly walking off the set went viral within minutes. Twitter and TikTok exploded with reactions, some praising Kelly for standing up for herself, others defending Jenna's journalistic approach. One viewer tweeted, "Kelly Clarkson did what every woman dreams of doing, walking away from unnecessary drama." Another wrote, "Jenna was just doing her job. Kelly overreacted." By afternoon, the hashtag Kelly Clarkson Walks Off was trending worldwide. Fans flooded Kelly's social media with support, while Jenna faced a wave of criticism for pushing too hard. Later that evening, Kelly posted a brief statement on X, formerly Twitter. "Greater than, sometimes, you need to protect your peace, even if it means walking away." I'll always choose authenticity over performance. Heart, KC. The post garnered over 1 million likes within hours, solidifying Kelly's image as a fierce, unapologetic artist who refuses to be cornered. NBC has not released an official comment, but insiders claim producers are hoping to mend fences and possibly invite Kelly back for a follow-up segment, if she's willing. As one insider put it, live TV can get messy. But moments like this remind us, Kelly Clarkson isn't just a singer. She's human. And she's not afraid to show it. The morning after the dramatic walk-off, social media was still ablaze. Clips of Kelly Clarkson leaving the Today with Jenna and Friends set had racked up millions of views overnight. News outlets ran the story non-stop, while fans split into two camps, #Team Kelly and #Team Jenna. For Kelly, however, the chaos was overwhelming. She woke up to dozens of missed calls from her manager, her PR team, and friends in the industry. Her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. "You're trending everywhere," her assistant whispered as she handed her coffee. Kelly sighed. "I didn't do anything but speak the truth," she said quietly, scrolling through her mentions. Thousands of fans were defending her, praising her for standing up against what they called media disrespect. Still, she couldn't shake the uneasy feeling that the whole thing had gone further than she intended. That afternoon, she was scheduled for another interview, this time with Entertainment Tonight. Her team debated whether she should cancel, but Kelly insisted on going. "If I don't speak, others will twist my words," she said. When the cameras rolled, Kelly addressed the controversy head-on. "Look, I respect Jenna," she began. "But there are moments when you feel cornered, especially when you're constantly asked to relive your pain. I'm a singer, not a headline. I don't owe anyone my trauma for ratings." Her honesty struck a chord. The interview went viral again, this time with fans calling her the most authentic voice in showbiz. Even critics who had initially sided with Jenna began to admit Kelly had a point. Meanwhile, over at NBC, tension filled the Today studio. Jenna Bush Hager appeared visibly shaken during the next morning's episode. With watery eyes, she addressed the controversy. "Yesterday's conversation with Kelly Clarkson got emotional," she said. "I never meant to hurt or pressure her. I admire her strength, and I hope she knows that." Her co-host Hoda Kotb added, "Live television is unpredictable. But what we saw was two passionate women having a real, human moment. And that's okay." Despite Jenna's apology, some viewers remained unforgiving. Comments flooded the show's social pages. "Greater than, you. Don't push a guest like that. Good on Jenna for owning up. Women supporting women, let's move forward." Behind the scenes, NBC executives reached out to Kelly's team, hoping to smooth things over. "We'd love to have her back," a producer wrote in an email. "Perhaps a special episode focusing on healing, empowerment, and music." Kelly hesitated. "I don't do publicity stunts," she told her manager. "But maybe it's time to talk it out." 2 weeks later, after much persuasion, Kelly agreed to return to Today for a follow-up interview, under one condition: the conversation would focus on her music and her journey, not her personal life. The morning of her return, anticipation was sky-high. The studio audience was packed, cameras were everywhere, and social media buzzed with excitement. Is Kelly really going back? Will she and Jenna make peace? Round 2 incoming. When Kelly walked onto the set, dressed in a sleek black outfit and flashing a confident smile, the audience erupted in applause. Jenna stood up immediately, walked over, and hugged her tightly. "I'm so glad you're here," Jenna said softly. Kelly smiled. "Me too. Let's start fresh." The interview began with laughter and warmth this time. Jenna praised Kelly's new single, Phoenix Rising, calling it an anthem for every person who's ever felt broken but refused to stay down. Kelly beamed. "That's exactly what it is," she said. "You fall, you rise, and you keep singing." Midway through the segment, Jenna turned slightly emotional. "I want to say something publicly," she began. "When I asked you those questions before, I wasn't trying to dig, I was trying to connect. But I realize now, timing matters. I'm sorry for crossing that line." Kelly looked at her, her expression softening. "Thank you for saying that," she replied. "I know it's not easy doing live TV. I've been there. But I also know that sometimes, people forget celebrities are just people too." The audience clapped, some even standing. It was a genuine moment, raw, forgiving, and deeply human. After the interview, the clip of their reunion spread quickly online. Fans flooded both women's pages with messages of support. Greater than, "This is how grown women handle conflict." Kelly and Jenna, "What a beautiful comeback. We need more honesty like this in media." By evening, Today released an official statement. Greater than, "We appreciate Kelly Clarkson for returning to the show and for reminding us all that open dialogue and empathy can heal even the most public misunderstandings." Kelly followed with her own message on Instagram. Greater than, "Healing isn't about who's right, it's about understanding. Thank you, at Jenna Bushhager, for listening and for giving me space to speak my truth." Heart hashtag Phoenix Rising. The post went viral again, this time for all the right reasons. The feud that had once divided fans had now become a story of reconciliation and growth. Later, during her concert in Nashville, Kelly briefly mentioned the incident to her fans. "We live in a world where people love drama," she said, smiling. "But real strength, that's in forgiveness." The crowd erupted in cheers as she began to sing Phoenix Rising, her voice powerful and full of emotion. In that moment, it was clear, Kelly Clarkson hadn't just walked off a talk show. She had walked into a new chapter of strength, grace, and authenticity.